Before we had entry sign, what we used to do was a manual signing in system with a signing in book, and we used that for many, many years, and then decided that we needed to move into the 21st century. So we looked at finding a company that would provide some kind of electronic signing in system, and it was entry sign that we plumped for in the end.
A few years ago we were at two separate schools, the junior and the infant, so they had different systems. So when we merged, we had to have a system where we knew who was on which site. So this has been brilliant because you can sign in on one site, and then when you go to the other you just swipe your bean again and it tells you you're now on the other site.
It's much neater for starters because there's no bits of paper lying around, no lanyards lying around. It feels very professional. It feels that people come in and speak to the office, they can sign in themselves, so it's also quite empowering that they're in charge of that, particularly when children sign in. They can sign themselves in, report to the office and straight down to class.
The entry signs really helped with safeguarding issues and to monitor contractors who get quite regularly on and off site. So they have to come through this way and they don't get through the doors until they're signed in. We can check that the DBS checked as well on there, so it helps us to monitor things a lot better.
The fire evacuation system is really simple because you can simply just press a button, one click, and you get a record of the evacuation process.
That tells us all the members of staff that are on site, any children that have left, so we're not looking for those children. It's giving us a more accurate idea of who we've got on site at any given time.
You get an email, you can get a printed copy of the fire evacuation, and brilliantly you can get access to it through a tablet or an iPad as well.
Osborne's were great, came straight out, told them what we wanted, even like to the layout of the screen and everything, what buttons we'd need on it. And they would send us like what the screen would look like, what the layout would look like. They were really good at fitting in with what we'd asked for. Really straightforward, quite easy to set up and put in. We had really good support. We never had to wait very long if we were having problems with it, so that's been really good, yeah.
I would certainly recommend using it over any paper system. I'd recommend the company because any problems, the company comes out and helps. Any glitches, not that there are many, they're there to sort it out. It's a very good aftercare system. Entry sign in, secure and safeguard.